So, what do you want to talk about while I'm doing this? I'm going to get an eraser and erase the very top edge, the pencil off the top edge, because I know that's where I'm going to have the ball, but well, I've decided to try a voiceover for the first time. You'll have to let me know if this voiceover is better than hearing the trucks and stuff in the background and any kind of scrabbly sounds from when I originally recorded it and sped it up now. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you, it was fun. Today is, when I'm recording this, it's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going to try to get it up for you tomorrow for Thursday. And today, I substitute taught today in the home ec class. They had lots of different things to do, and I got to teach my grandson. I was so excited. And when I saw him on the attendance sheet, it was just like, oh my goodness, I wonder how he's going to react. Well, he didn't know I was going to be there. He comes tooling into class, just strolling in like normal. He almost stops. When he sees me, he almost stops. He kind of gave me a smile under his mask. I could tell he was smiling. But I didn't call him out. I didn't rat on him, I didn't say, hey, everybody, my grandson's in the classroom. That would be kind of stupid. I mean, they're only 6th graders, right? He would get teased unmercifully. So I decided to, he could call me whatever he wanted to call me, and I didn't let any of the kids know. If he wanted the kids to know, he would tell them, and he didn't, but that's okay. He and I would lock eyes occasionally during the classroom, but just for a moment or two. But it was kind of fun, and I haven't heard back from his mom, or I let my husband and my mom know too. But it's kind of fun. I got him right in the middle of the day for a 45-minute class, which was really nice. I had mostly good kids today, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Two classes in the morning were doing, they had to do fashion model type thing, boys and girls. They had a boy model and a girl model, like paper doll. And they had to design clothes on top of it, and they had to do it by line and color and the fundamentals of style. And yeah, the normal elements of design. Wait, back to the other video. Hold on. Notice the thing you have to be careful about is that you're getting the drills right over top of the pencil line, because this pencil line will show. It'll definitely show underneath the drills if you're not careful. I'm going to go and, before I put any down on that spoke, I'm really going to lighten up the lines, because I want to be able to see them, obviously, but I don't want to see them underneath the drills. There we go. Yeah, just be careful. Sorry, I'm just learning how to do this, so we're going to go back and forth between the original sound and my voiceover. So, and I hope this is loud enough. I don't seem to know how to change the volume just yet, so that's good. Anyway, the other things that they were doing in home ec class today, they went around to different stations and they had to scan in QR codes. And at each code, it had like a stain, like either chocolate or ink or nail polish, those kind of things. And when they scanned the QR code in, they were pointed right toward a website maybe even a company website of a cleaning product, and it gave them advice on how to do that and how to get out that stain. So then they had to fill it in on a chart. And the last two classes of the day were, oh my gosh, they were so noisy. And they were the 8th graders. Um, they they were making they were doing like childcare, so they had to come up with a finger play game like to a common song, and then they had to make 5 little finger puppets so that they could record a little video for kids that they might be babysitting or something, which I think was ingenious. So I won't get to see the finished product, but at least I got um, to see them create their stuff today. While I was in class today, I wrote down. I've been asked to do adult night classes this year and to submit some of my ideas. And these are my ideas to teach. I've taught adult night school before. I did like tailoring and basic sewing and that kind of thing, but that was years ago when my kids were small. So what I came up with is a diamond art class, and they would be like, I think it's like six or seven classes. I think they start in the spring. The first one would be what is it, the tools, the how-to, showing samples, and have them do the small pieces, including maybe a keychain that I will have ready for them, and talking about accessories. Second class would be talking about the larger kits, how to do a larger kit, like multi-placing, color blocking, that kind of thing, and choosing a good canvas, choosing a good company, and maybe a travel case, putting together a travel case to take with you, and kitting up. The third week would be specials and freestyle, like using the extra diamonds that you have for, like on things like I'm doing here with the snowflake on dollar store items, and on the blank canvases that they sell, and on recyclables. The fourth one would be on ordering customs, how to customize your painting with ABs and other specials and other things. And each class they would get to actually do some diamond painting. And one was on kitting down and storage and what to do with finished projects. And the last one would be on ways to get inspiration. Hold on. I'll talk about the last class again. Maybe like getting inspiration from YouTube, Instagram, and from the community, like Facebook groups and that kind of thing. I might bring you guys up, if that's okay with you, and where to get fancy tools and trays and things like that. Maybe doing cards, like all occasion cards or ornaments. Talk about adhesives and the emotional benefits of diamond painting. And I would not talk about, but we would have time to play in each class. I wouldn't talk the whole class long. We would have ample time to to do it together as a craft. There'd be a materials fee for that. Let's see. Another class I was thinking of is the making of junk journals. One class would be collecting items and what types of stuff to collect and what to use, the papers, the materials, the tools, to bring in some of my ready-made ones and show them like the candy box or the Girl Scout cookie box ones that I've used and different types of binding it. Then I give them some journal questions to play with if they wanted to do that. The next week would be embellishments, pockets, posies, and taking old books and cutting out the insides of old books and using book covers on their own. That would be a different binding method. The third would be like making a personal calendar or planner, easy doodles with graph paper, and make a gratitude journal. The fourth one would be stitches and stickers and Smashbooks and the mini photo printers you can use for that. And the last one would be like art journaling from using greeting cards, making a book out of that, and doing collage basics and board books and things like that. And maybe making paper beads would be on one of the days. Oh, back to the original. Hold on. And that you will do it whether you're making money at it or not, because trust me, you don't make any money at it. Give them away as gifts, whatever. Now I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to keep these things together here because I'm not finished with them. I don't think I have enough to do another big one with them. So I'll put that on top of that. I know I have plenty of the ABs, but I need the anchor points. I have plenty of the dots. I don't have plenty of the pear shape. And you got to use what you got. You don't... Can't go overboard. Alright, that's plenty for that. The next one I'll do, well, this one's drying. The next one I'll do in the silver ones. I've got some beautiful silver ones. Let's see. Get another tray or two out here. Don't go away. All right. Now for this one, let's see, how many do I have of these sparkly thingies? Ooh. It might be slightly different size. Plenty of those. That is a marquee. Those are marquees. Those are good. Let's mark down for that one. There's more marquees. That would go good in places. So I got plenty of those. I use those. Where's all the marquees? Here they go. I probably have enough marquees. Pretty sure I do. Ah, big ones and little ones. So that's for sure. Here's two with big circles for the center. Oh, I don't want the heart. Okay, I can do that. So let's start again with the center. I found two of those, well, three, but I only need two, right? I'll put one back in here. In case I find a mate. Oh, before I do this, right, I want to start taking off a little of the pencil marks so they're not so obvious. I think I'll do it on both sides because now I have to do on the other side of the first one and wait till it dries and all that malarkey. What do you think? Ooh. Well, again, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. It gets that a little schmeary. It's not, you know, it's not staying white, flat white. I don't want to have to paint all those all over again. So So I'm just going to have to be careful. Keeping things on the lines. Jeez. I always make more work for myself than I need to. Alright, so let's take our big blob for the center. Blurp. There we go. Oop, I want it bigger. Now, since you're using extra drills and you're not measuring things like that, you know, like, where are the little ones like that? Here they are. You're not measuring it exactly, and all these spare drills are a different shape, size. You using your drills are going to be different from me using mine, because they're going to be different. They just are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of course. I'm going to put the little marquees there. I have a smaller size marquee that goes perfect there. And I might do that all the way around, like in between the spokes too. Or I may start the spokes the other way. I don't know. I'll have to play with it a bit. Let's just see. See what I can do here. Come on. Okay, so far so good. I got a center. Okay, and I want these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I probably have the 36. Oh, I may not have the extra. Oh, I have extra in here. Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah. All right, no worries, mate. So let's do these and those. Definitely going to use up those. Now these are multifaceted cabochons that I'm using. They are a little bit different than each other. One has a, they have like an aurora borealis, like the rainbow tint to it. Get in there. Alright. Oh yeah, they're slightly different size. I have to be careful of that when I'm using it. Okay, I'm going to use the smaller size. I see I have two different sizes here that I kind of mixed up together. So maybe I'll use the bigger ones around the outer ones. That's what I can do. On just the outer bumps like that. That'll work. Let's do that. The bigger ones on the outer bump here. Let it go. There. Perfect. I'm sure I have 6 for the other side. Yep. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, good. Now I'll put the little ones in the other 4 spots. Get 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. I'll make sure I get the little ones now. Oh. Mm-hmm. Enough of these to go in the middle, and then these tiny ones all over it. So let's see what this looks like. Come on, behave yourself. Get off, off. Yeah, I think I like that. Aha, got it. Come on. One wants to be upside down all the time. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that's turning out. I can go there. Oh, I need one more of them. One more than there. There. And if I take the little ones can go in there. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay. So, I gotta set up with the clears. Set up with the clear. That says DMC1. Double 01 on it, so like that. Glitter, glitter, glitter. All right. They seem to have a different coating than the others. Okay, bear with me a little bit again. There are two other classes I thought about. One would be like a craft sampler. We'd spend 2 weeks on each of these. One would be diamond painting, one would be junk journaling, smash books, one would be quilling, another could be collage and art journaling, and another one could be making paper beads. Let's see, that one would be nice and easy one. And the last class I thought of doing, now I wouldn't do all four, they would pick one, at the most two. The fourth one I was thinking of is creative meditation. Now, this is kind of like using art to heal. It's my friend and I had written a book, and we went around and did classes. We did classes with it, and we would teach like one way to pray, or I could use the word meditate. I don't have to use the word pray. And then we do an art project with it. And like if I did the Four Winds, the Native American Four Winds prayer, where you stand up and you do motions in each of the four directions and think about a certain thing, and then we would do mandalas as our art project, and then we would show each other what the work that we've done, and we would witness the others' work. So that's one. I have 5 or 6 ideas, but we did like 6 weeks, 7 weeks worth of material there that I could use. So what do you think? If you had your choice, would you take one of those classes? Why or why not? Write down your favorite, what you would like if you had the opportunity to take one of those classes. Let's see. Another thing I was doing while I was there with the kids, it's kind of like babysitting when you're teaching sometimes, is you just walk around and make sure that they're all on task, and you do a lot of their work either in groups or on the computer and that kind of thing. and they use that. And so I like Stampington magazines. The one I have is leftover like from summer. It's called In Her Studio, and it's spaces and stories of creative women and the places they create from and the people that they interview. They also take little quotes from, and one of the things they asked them was 28 ways our creative practices have changed during the last year, meaning over COVID, being home because of that. And they each gave an idea of how their own practices changed. And I liked them all, but the one I particularly liked is this one. It's from Jennifer Pennon Art, or Jenny Penn. Okay. She wrote, "Everything changed for me. I lost my dad, my long relationship, and my twin sister moved from the city where we lived. When COVID came, something there was almost suddenly, suddenly there was almost no social contact. And then I started to paint again. Painting was my savior, and it has been my friend and support during the rough times. Art is a door to anchor to another world. Art is a door to another world where I find peace, joy, and healing." I love that. I'm writing that in my quote book. Art is a door to another world where I find peace, joy, and healing. We've often talked about the benefits, the emotional benefits of diamond painting. And one of them is definitely a form of emotional healing to help calm your anxiety. It's a way that you can just concentrate on what you're doing and getting lost in creating, especially when you do freestyle projects like these snowflakes. Um, you get lost in the work, and the rest of the world and your troubles just seem to float away. So that's one of the reasons I like crafting. Also, it's a neat way to keep my hands busy and do something productive while I'm watching TV in the evening. Uh, Here's inspirational quotes from different artists. Sylvia Plath wrote, "The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt." I don't know about you, but there's a lot of times when I doubt um, that I'm going to make something good out of it, especially when I'm writing. I just sent in my a first chapter and a cover letter to a publishing agency that I've talked to before. It's an informal book proposal, basically. They had written me last week and asked me to send one in because I had expressed interest in the past. So, and this isn't a self-publishing. This is a real publisher. And I think the biggest stumbling block that I have with that is self-doubt. So I agree with Sylvia on that. It's like this big old ugly croaking toad is sitting at the back of my brain, and when I'm doing something good, it's like, oh, it'll never work. Oh, what makes you think you can write? That's just so ugly, or that's just so um, plain. Everybody knows that. Why do you have to share that? So, and that stifles me. Then you want to turn around and say, all right, forget it then. And you drop it. I think that's one of the reasons. Excuse me. That's one of the reasons that it's taken me years and years and years to get to write this book, because I just keep putting it off, because I keep hearing these croaking toads in my brain putting me down all the time. But after I got that email, it's like the next day I was inspired to just look at it, to just see how far I've come on the book already. And as soon as I opened it and started reading it, I thought, okay, well, this needs to change there. I can move that there. I can do this with that. I need another verb there, that kind of thing. And I was automatically into it. Now, a lot of the times I think is just getting past that inner critic, getting past the self-censorship, and getting started. Just allowing yourself to be in the moment and just take a look at it. If you take that first step, another tip, when you're using a needle tip and you see that little glob of glue on the end, I don't know if you can or not. It's like a little glob of glue on the end. I just keep cleaning that off every once in a while. Also putting it back in its little shield in between keeps that glop of glue from getting in there. But I don't always use it. Like the little shield I only put on like when I'm ready to stop. Otherwise I'm putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. Dit, you know? There we go. This is coming out really cool, I think. And I will have 2 half done. You know, when I'm doing these things, if I have some left over at the end of this season, I'm just going to give them away as gifts. I mean, why would I hold them over till next year? Maybe I'll see if they will work out in the Etsy shop first. Might leave them up like that, and then maybe next year use them as gifts. I don't know. Have to wait and see, huh? And if you go slow, if you glue along the line fairly slowly, you can get a consistent size glop. A consistently sized glop out of it at one time. Now, come on now. It's 3. Stop. Stay. There. I'm kind of going back and inspecting to see if I have enough where I need it, because at this point I can still kind of move it around a tad. Fairly soon I won't be able to do that. I can even stick another one in there, actually. Squeeze them together just a smidgen. Because you're going to have to go back and inspect it, see if you're missing any. Because when the glue goes down white like that, or milky, you can't always see the errors. So you can, once it gets clear, see where you missed something. And that's what I go back and do. Make sure things are lined up nice and straight. See, now I definitely can get another one in there. I don't want, stop it. I don't want to try too hard to. In there. Alright. I better finish this up before I can't do it. The glue's dry. I can put a fourth on this side, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Not. Come on. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to go in the between spokes, and I'm going to start with the little marquee at this end and go down. Just for some little bit of difference here. Use the smaller marquees for the edge. You can see I'm getting toward the end of the snowflake here. I'm just doing those little inner spokes. I did 10 of them. 4 of them were all white. 4 of them were the all like silver. And 2 of them were a combination of both. It all depended on what I had left to do. I have other ornaments that I'm going to be doing soon. They're angels and, well, I showed them to you earlier this week on Monday. If you go back and look at Monday, I have a lot of woodcuts that I show you that I'm going to be working into ornaments for the Christmas tree this year. I have one other fall craft show coming up. I don't have the date right now, but it's in November. And I'm hoping to get some of it done for that. And the way I'm going to display it is I'm going to have a Christmas tree on the top of the table. Hopefully large enough for people to see from the other end of the big hall. And look through that. Let's see. Here's another quote for you. Henry Matisse once said, "Don't try to be original. Be simple. Be good technically, and if there is something inside of you, it will come out." And Vincent van Gogh said, "One can speak poetry just by arranging colors well." Doesn't that fit diamond painting to a T? One can speak poetry just by arranging colors well. Oh, that's neat. I like that. This book has submission guidelines too, and they have an array of different, Stampington Company has an array of different magazines. They have In My Studio, a Studio DIY, they have art journaling, they have Apprentice, and all kinds of others. So maybe at Joann's the next time you might want to pick up one of the magazines. They're expensive, but they're gorgeous. There we go.